What's up, everybody? Matt Gajewski here, back again with the Odd Chopper channel, talking some college football bets ahead of Week 6, the Wednesday slate. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. We have a can't-miss offer that I need to tell you about before we get into this. Bet365, the sponsor of the show. Right now, new users, you can bet $1, yes, just $1 on Bet365, and you'll get $365 in the form of bonus bets. A deposit is required here. This is only available in New Jersey, Colorado, Ohio, Virginia, Iowa, and Kentucky. But if you are in one of those states, absolutely can't miss limited time offer from Bet365. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older in most jurisdictions to play. All right, 2-game slate on deck. We kick things off with a little Jacksonville State taking on Middle Tennessee. The spread in the game is 4.5, 4 in some spots in favor of Middle Tennessee. Over under is 52 points. I made 2 wagers in this game. I took Jacksonville State plus 4.5, and I took the over. I think 52 is fine. You probably can find 51.5s out there. I am in an illegal state, so I do not have a lot of the shopping luxuries that some of you have. But first and foremost, Middle Tennessee State is a team I think being overrated a little bit here. My metrics have them outside the top 100 in most major categories. Total offensive efficiency, 119. Total defensive efficiency, 127th. I have them 131st in coverage and 116th in run defense. This is schedule adjusted. They played Alabama and Missouri. They lost both of those games. Missouri was closer than, or it looked closer than it actually was. It took a safety and a last-second touchdown for Middle Tennessee to even get this close. They lost to Colorado State, 31-23, and they just lost to Western Kentucky, 31-10. I do think that could have been a little closer. You look at the game. Middle Tennessee State fumbled on their own 25. That was an immediate score for Western Kentucky. They also had a turnover on down at the Western Kentucky 3, and then they had a turnover on down at the Western Kentucky 43, kind of to end the game. Western threw up a last drive touchdown on that. But the defense has been very, very bad here, and I don't see any way that it's getting any better. Aside from playing a couple SEC teams, they allowed Cortez Jones to rush for 136 yards from Murray State. Braden Fowler Nicolosi threw for 321 for Colorado State. LT Sanders for Western Kentucky just rushed for 11.9 yards per carry. This is a horrible defense. So normally the issue with Jacksonville State is they're 80th in offensive efficiency. Sometimes they can't put up points. Well, their case, they run this weird run-heavy offense, but they play at the speed of light. And you have a Middle Tennessee State defense, which ranks 116th in defending the run. So I do believe Jacksonville State's going to do their part, put up scores here, and do it on the ground. They got back Anwar Lewis, who should now provide a complement to Malik Jackson. Pretty good snaps out of Smothers, 2 under center. He's a dual threat signal caller here. What I worry about is Middle Tennessee State scoring. This Jacksonville State defense has been pretty good. 38th in coverage, 14th in run defense. They don't rush the passer very well, but they've given up points at times. This is not the best level of competition they've faced. Sam Houston just put up 28 against them. Eastern Michigan can't score whatsoever. Coastal Carolina put up 30. Then they played an FCS team and UTEP, a UTEP team that left a ton of points on the board. So I see this being back and forth. 2 fast teams. Again, Jacksonville State, they are second in pace. Middle Tennessee State is 41st. Favorite plays the over here, also like Jacksonville State against the spread. Second game on Wednesday, we'll talk about Florida International, New Mexico State. This game is tough. Right away, total 49.5. The spread, it's 6 points in favor of New Mexico State. I think the best play might be a greasy over here, which is going to be tough to advocate for. Florida International 70th in pace. New Mexico State is 128th. But I think the weaknesses of both teams on defense lend itself to some pretty good offensive efficiency. Florida International's strength is their defense. They're 64th overall, but they're 100th in rush defense. That's a major concern against New Mexico State with Dual threat signal caller, Diego Pavia, Star Thomas, Jamani Jones. This team is having an excellent season running the ball. They're 23rd in run blocking, 67th in offensive efficiency. Their struggles come in the pass game. So facing an FIU defense with a clear weakness against ground attacks is something noteworthy here that I think we should be focusing on. On the other side, FIU's offense has been pretty bad. That's putting it lightly, but they made a quarterback change. Keon James has been solid. He's more of a boom-bust signal caller, 54% completion, but 9.2 yards per attempt, 10 big-time throws, 8 turnover-worthy plays. He runs a little bit. The offensive line is not good here, 33% pressure rate, but luckily New Mexico State doesn't do anything well on defense. 94th in pass rush. They're 127th in run defense and 125th in coverage, which says to me, even if Keon James doesn't do a lot through the air, or maybe they don't ask him to, you can still use Owens and Lawrence on the ground and attack this New Mexico State defense that way. You look at some of the opponents they faced. UMass, 7.2 yards per play. Liberty, 11 yards per play. They averaged a first down every time they ran a play. Hawaii, 5.1 yards per play. New Mexico, 5.6. And it gets even worse when you start looking at some of the production to the specific players, like Syracuse, Karon Adams, 5.3 yards per carry. Both Liberty backs over 5 yards a carry. You had both running backs for New Mexico over 4.9 yards per carry. Same with Hawaii. And Hawaii is one of the worst rushing teams in the conference. So I think this is a spot where you can get success from FIU, particularly on the ground. Pace does not line up here, but both defenses have significant weaknesses that the opposing offense can take advantage of. I did not bet this myself, but my favorite play would be a greasy over. 49.5, 49 if you can find it in this New Mexico State FIU game. That'll do it for us today. If you disagree, agree with me, something that I missed, throw it in the comment section or reach out on Twitter at @Gajewski. We'll be back tomorrow breaking down the 2-game Thursday slate. Until then, good luck, everybody. We'll see you again soon.